I don't review them often, but I love neck knives. I just think they're very utilitarian and very handy. Today, we're going to take a look at the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bushcraft neck knife. I guess the first thing you could say about this presentation here is that it comes in a nice case. It really does look nice. It is a nice gift set with a nice black box over it, cover, and it does have some interesting tools with it. And the knife itself feels really good in your hands. I was really shocked about this. Now, I'm going to show you the sheath first, because the sheath has a bunch of little interesting things on it. You'll notice here, there's a holder for a ferro rod. There's also a diamond stone on this end. Now, I'm not crazy about diamond sharpening stones. I prefer to use ceramic or Japanese whetstones. But in a pinch, that's pretty handy to have. It's very rough, and if you got some bad nicks in your blade or whatever, it'll get them out. But definitely cool little addition in there, and it doesn't add a lot to the weight of this at all. If you decide you don't want to hold the ferro rod in here, they even send you a little star driver bit there that can remove that right off the end. So that's kind of handy to have. I would keep the ferro rod on it. I've had ones that I've had these little tiny knives like this that have a really sharp spine, and I stick them in Kydex, and I've actually rubber banded the ferro rod to them, the little tiny one. So I'm definitely pleased to have a ferro rod in it. I like that for fire starting. Pull the ferro rod out there and give you a little look at it. It's got nice G10 scales. It's got the orange liner in the middle, and a small enough ferro rod. It's not huge, but it does work very well. It seems to be very soft, and it really throws off some good sparks. The one thing I've noticed, though, I used this on this side here. I can tell because it's a little bit bent up that way. I used it, and then I rubbed it, and all the black coating came back on again. So you'll probably have to take the black coating off with a little bit of effort over and over again over time. But definitely cool. And that will fit in here, up top here. And the nice part about it is that's a tight fit, but it is shock corded as well, so you won't lose it anytime soon. So that's the sheath, the tool, and the ferro rod. Now let's get into the knife itself. I have fairly large hands, and a lot of these small knives are really compromises for me. So what I found with this one is it isn't a compromise. I actually can get my hand in there, and it's comfortable. And I can actually work with this. It's got a nice 90-degree sharp spine on this side. It is D2 steel on the blade there. And you'll see the little Holtzman Gorilla Survival logo with the D2 steel. Nice attachment points there for the scales. G10 scales, again, the orange liners. Definitely really comfortable in your hand. And not too much of a compromise for such a small knife. Some of the smaller knives, it's like, yeah, I could maybe feather stick a little tiny bit of wood and strike it. But that's about it. I couldn't use that for anything else. I could probably baton smaller items with this or shave stuff down and do that pretty easily. So all in all, for the kit itself, definitely a cool little system. And not too huge. One of the things I like about neck knives is that they are small and they are easy to carry all the time. And something like that is not gigantic or enormous or something heavy weighing on you. So definitely a cool little thing for out in the woods. So what I'm going to do with this today is we're going to try it out. I'm just going to take some fat wood and some of these, shout out to Black and White Fire Starter. If you haven't checked them out on Etsy, Mr. Outdoorsy is his name. They have sent me so much stuff to review, and I've reviewed it for you in the past. Love their stuff, still have it, works very, very well. We're going to be using this fire starter, this jute twine that they have treated. And we're just going to use some jute twine here to cut and see how well this will cut through multiple layers of things. So I'm going to start off here, right here. Got about 4 or 5, 3 pieces. No, 4 pieces. There we go. And it went right through them. No problem at all. This thing came razor sharp out of the box. I missed that one. There we go. Yeah. Razor sharp out of the box. Like shaving sharp out of the box. I don't know if I can demo it. Yeah. There you go. There's the hair on the blade there. It's definitely sharp. I have not messed with it at all. So that's impressive as well. So the jute twine seems to cut easily. I don't have paracord lying around, otherwise I'd do that. We're going to try and cut up some of this fat wood. I want to start a little fire here, but I don't want to go too crazy. You can see how that feather sticks beautifully. Look at that. I love the smell of that. If you're a fat wood fan, you know what I'm smelling right now. It's just like, ah, yes, it smells so good. So you see that's really sharp, really easy to use, really easy to work with there. We're going to try out one of these too. Start it up, open it up, and pull one of these out. If you ever use these things, they're pretty awesome. They're basically waxed jute twine, and you're going to fluff it up. So I'm going to fluff this up for you off camera. And we'll try and start a fire. Alright, so we got a little more feather sticking going on here. Made a little bit of a mess. But I'm going to see how well this works. I am finding that this is difficult to use in the traditional method that I'm used to using it. Where I put it down and I kind of just scrape, scrape, scrape. You know, it's not as easy to do that. You kind of have to direct the sparks down into the pile there. So we're going to try that. I'm going to clear off a new area here. Okay. I'm getting there. I want to hit it. That's the problem. See, I'm not as comfortable doing it this way. There we go. So you see, it will throw the sparks. You just have to kind of adjust your method because it's such a small ferro rod. But heck, did it right there, no problem. So, let me put this fire out and we'll wrap up on this knife. So, all in all, I am really impressed with this little guy. Definitely comfortable, even with big hands. Fits right in your hand, really nice, holds in your hand well. I never felt like this was going to fall out of my hand, even when striking the ferro rod. Ferro rod takes a little bit of getting used to because it's smaller. You really have to throw your sparks into your tinder, as opposed to just putting this in your tinder and striking like I normally do. A little bit harder, but hey, you know what? It still worked. We saw it right here. It worked perfectly after a couple of slips. Sharp right out of the box, you know. Can't complain about that. You can look at the edge there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's shiny, shaving, sharp, absolutely razor sharp. So I'm pleased with it, and I'll definitely be using this more in the channel as time goes by. I think I'll keep this as an emergency use ferro rod. I would always carry one with me anyway, just because it's so small. It was a little bit harder to use, but hey, you know what? The more I practice with it, the better I may get at it. So can't hurt. Anyway, folks, they run about $29.95, so for less than 30 bucks, you're getting yourself a D2, right there, D2 steel, survival neck knife that really, really works and seems to hold up very well so far. So we're going to give it more of a rundown. This is more of an advanced unboxing of it. I really just got it the other day and I was really excited about it. And I think for 30 bucks, you're definitely getting a good deal there. Anyway, folks, that is the Holtzman Gorilla Survival Bushcraft neck knife. Quite a mouthful. I will leave a link for it down below in my store. You can check it out there. And I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to check out our other links. Our Food for Patriots link down there, which is preparewithiridium.com. And our Thrive Life link. We have a lot of stuff from Thrive is back in stock now. So if you want to stock up on your proteins, now's the time to do it. Anyway, folks, thanks you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.